I have this weekend. This is the last planetary qualifier for Australia. It is based in Sydney, in Penrith, and I'm going to use the same method as I used for the last planetary qualifier. That is, I picked 4 decks. This time I've picked 4 different leaders. I make sure there is a blue aspect in those leaders now. New rules that I kind of added in. And I do what I normally do, play 10 games. Whichever leader has the best result in those 10 games is the one I'll take on Sunday, this weekend, for the planetary qualifier. So today we're going to start off with Palpatine Colossus. Palpatine Colossus, we saw Palpatine take out the sectors, Palpatine yellow. Yeah, let's see how blue goes. We're playing Colossus. We draw 1 less card, but we get that 5 health buffer. The thinking behind this is that aggro decks like Sabine and that are kind of getting pushed out of the meta at the moment by all the Han 2 and all the mid-range. So maybe there's a chance that we can do what the yellow did and sneak in and get some good results with Palpatine Blue. So let's jump in. I will set the score up. So I played 10 games straight on Carabas and record the results. So there we go, there's the score. Let's jump in for a game. Now, Palpatine was the first showcase that I ever got in Star Wars Unlimited. Here in Australia, stock was extremely limited for set 1. There was like stock for the first 2 to 3 weeks, and then it really dried up, which made collecting very, very difficult. All right, let's keep that. We've got a Pershing. We've got a couple of Night Sisters. Hey, Aaron, you're at work. Yeah, it's good to see you watching along. I'm just trying to decide what deck I'm going to take to the PQ on the weekend. I have just doing my same normal method I took last time, which worked. Last time, Thrawn came out on top, and I went undefeated in Swiss, went all the way through to the final, and then conceded to a teammate. So let's see if it works again. All right, so Power's a great draw here. All right, we'll get rid of the Inferno so we can Power. So the 4 leaders that I am choosing from so tonight will be Palpatine. Tomorrow night will be Han 1 Blue. The night after that, Han 2 Blue. And then the night after that is Bossk Blue. Now, I did win a showdown last night on Bossk Blue, which was super fun. I've been to 2 showdowns now. I took Thrawn Daravolt. I got 3rd in that one, and then I took the Bossk Blue and came first undefeated in that one. So yeah, so Aaron's trying to decide too. If you're keen, we should do some best of 3s. Yep, I'll be around probably tomorrow afternoon if you want to try some best of 3s. It's always good to test out your sideboard to see how your sideboard matches into, because you can keep playing best of 1s on Carabas, but you're not really testing out the full capabilities of your deck. Okay, so that's not great, but fortunately, we do have our No Glory here. All right, so I'm just going to drop out 2 Night Sisters. Getting a lot of card draw, which definitely does help, but no ramp yet. We kind of need ramp in this deck. Probably not going to need Palpatine's return, but we may need a reinforcement walker here. 3 days off to practice. So you're like Clint, because Clint is in the wilderness at the moment, and what that means is that he has no idea what deck to play. Every time he tries something, it kind of works for a while and then stops. And I've definitely been in that situation myself. So he played Sabine sets 1 to 4 and majority of this set, but to be honest, Sabine is not in the best place at the moment. So he's kind of thinking of doing something different. All right, so Liberated from Darkness. If you do take control of a non-leader unit, at the start of your turn, the owner takes control of it. So I think we're fine with that because we'll know Glory here's Phantom. And then he can run in. We'll take, if he doesn't run into my unit, which he does because we'll draw a card. Okay, so we've got some good ramp here. We do have some good ramp for a sneaky, yeah, look at that. So we can ping the tech, strike ship, and then resupply here. Yeah, since Force Throw's gone and kind of made Quinlan obsolete, yeah. So, yeah, Quinlan. I did think there was a Quinlan that finished decently high on the weekend at Sectors. I don't know if you've looked at the deck list for it, but I'm pretty sure at Portland there was a Quinlan because they got their showcases. I think if you finished top 64, yeah, there was a Quinlan, Aaron, that finished 33rd, Quinlan Tarkentown. So that would be worth having a look at. All right, we're going to get Palp out here. So we're going to draw a card first. We'll use the tech and then shoot the strike ship or something bigger if he plays it. We'll resupply and then deploy Palp. This is an aggro style deck, so we want to get Palp out fairly quickly. All right, even better. Even better. All right, we go tech. We'll take this. We'll take the hit from the strike ship, so it's going to double. So it's actually going to hit for 6. All right, that's going to take us to 3 resources. Then we can resupply, and then we can steal that Marchion row. As I have foreseen, well, I foresee me taking your unit there. Palp Blue, is this a possibility for Sunday? It is, CJ. It is. I'm leaving things up to chance. So I am doing the same method I did last time, and that is I play 4 decks. I'll pick 4 new leaders this time. I haven't picked any of the existing ones that I picked last time. And whichever one has the best result on Carabas, that is the one that I will be taking. The deck that performed well is a low to the ground, a lot of space. Okay. Yeah, so you've seen the deck is still okay, but just doesn't have the clutch it needs. Once you get to 6, 7 resources, it drops out. Yeah. That's understandable. Okay, so do we just hit with Palp here? And I think we hit with Palp. We sack Pershing and hit Barris there. And then pass. All right, so we've got Vigilance. Do we have a Timely? We don't have a Timely for the Vader. But we do have Vigilance. We've got a lot of good stuff here. This will be very interesting to see. Yeah, let's leave it up to chance. So the choices are, they're all, okay, well, I assume I just blast here if he's going to play that. We'll just reset the board. We can play Owen. So the wrinkle in it is that it has to be matched with a blue deck as well, a blue aspect. So there's Palp Blue, Han 1 Blue, Han 2 Blue, and Boss Blue are the 4 decks that I'm picking from. All right, so there's our Timely. We have a lot of hand advantage over Barris here. Guess I'll have to watch your streams to make sure I know what you're bringing. Yep. You should be watching Clint streams. You normally pair Clint. I don't think we pair very often. Clint doesn't have Rhett to pair in early on either. Okay. Let's see what he does here. I'm just going to restore. We've got the Reinforcement Walker. We've got Kranich. We've got a lot of good stuff here. All right, keep fighting. Okay, I think I'll just play a Walker. Obviously, this guy is experimenting because I haven't seen this combination of cards. Alright, so we already got a timely. Let's put those both on bottom. It's a very force-oriented deck, this one. Alright, keep fighting again. Alright. It could be on Obi, but I just assume he'll be Sabine. Yeah, I'm not sure he's having a good time with Sabine. But that Obi can be inconsistent at time. But he has been practicing it a lot, so who knows. Alright, so I think I just Snoke here. That will blunt his attack. I've got the Restore 2 from Owen, and the Walker will be hitting in as well here. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people watch the PQs this weekend, because the issue is that it's like right at the end of the set. You've got regionals happening in Spain at the same time. Yeah, I actually preferred if it was a limited PQ, given that we haven't had one this set in Australia. Maybe you could teach him how to play Boba. Well, I know Blake's trying to get him to play Han 1. So I said, well, you're going to need intensive training if that's what you're going to play. And you're probably going to have to take the next 3 days off work just to practice Han 1, because Han 1 is not an easy deck to play. Alright, we can discard that. We've got 3 resources, so we can go Kranich Night Sister here. His deck is very based around the raid and Marchion Row and doubling it, I would say. I wouldn't be surprised if he has another one of those liberated from darkness. Liberated by darkness abilities. Yeah, so Han 1, not an easy deck, but it's actually a playable deck now that Force Throw is out of the meta. I think Control is in a decent spot, especially if Palp Yellow rises. You shouldn't lose to Palp Yellow when you're playing Control. Alright, what did I say about the Liberated of Darkness? There it is there. Alright, so I guess we just Vader here. So the on attack kills the Snoke first, and then that takes the debuff off, and then we're able to remove the Bounty Hunter crew. So remember, it's an on attack ability, the defeat on Vader. So that's why we're able to do the correct amount of damage, which is 5 to that unit there. I don't think we even need an Avenger this stage. He's only got 25 health. Alright, let's just power away. So I'm running Colossus here. This is not my list. This is Jack's list from Melbourne. I just picked his list up and used that as a starting point for this deck here. He took it to the Adelaide PQ, and I think it is the PQ that he won. I think he won Melbourne early on in this set with it. So the trick with Palp though is that you have to dodge the aggro matchups. If you can dodge the aggro matchups and just play into mid-range and control, you're in with the chance. Alright, we start off 1-0. It was Han 2 Blue, was it? Well, let me have a look. I know he took Palp to, Adelaide, so what was... Yeah, it might have been last set that he won with Palp Blue. Yeah, there wasn't a Palp Blue in the top 60 as well at Worlds. Looks like one finished, if I bring this over, this one here finished 60th in the Galactic Open. But that's a wild list. It's got the Purgle King and everything in it. So, all right, so let's recoup. Top 8 in Adelaide, and yeah, I think last set he did it. Yep. Yeah, yeah, and I mean Palp Yellow has probably got a better chance into aggro than what this deck does. But this deck does have 5 extra health. So we go Chronic. We can then power the Bomber. Probably going to keep the Inferno because we need something to play on the turn after this power. If he might put a Vader Pilot on this. If he does, it's a mistake because I'm in the blue aspect here. Okay, he doesn't, but he plays a Cell Block Guard. He should defeat the Cell Block Guard here, yeah. So he'll run in with the Bomber and do... He'll do 3 to base. So we just claim here. Alright, we'll resource the Vader because typically you don't have much to ambush into. And then even if you could ambush, you're at like 7, 8 resources. We need something before then. Okay, let's put the resupply. Let's put the crumb on top. Okay, what's the order here? So we put on top the resupply and then put on the crumb. If I sack the Inferno, I should draw the crumb. Alright, I'm going to take 2 on the Inferno and 1 on base. And then I'm going to sacrifice this Inferno to draw a card. And, well, that tech is good as well. You'll draw the crumb, yeah. The crumb is great for, like, sort of soaking a bit of damage up here. It heals on play, and then, yeah, we'll soak a little bit up. All right, so do we just focus on getting out here? Because I can, if I do the no glory here, if I put a tech down, sack it, resupply, that'll take me to 7. And that'll take me to stealing territory. All right, we'll take that on the crumb. We'll play the tech down. We still need some kind of way to deal with the Boba flip here. Love Crumb, best card with Palp. Oh, that's sad. He killed our friend here. Okay, well, I think I want to tech. Yeah, I want to hit the tech into the fire spray. And then I can resupply. And then the turn after, turn 8, we'll be ready to deploy. We can take that fire spray then. Now 10 health on Palp should be a lot of damage that we can soak, but we still have to be able to handle this Boba deploy here. Alright, so we claim. I think I claim that way I can deploy and take the fire spray. He would just pilot Boba to kill it. Yeah, that's fine. I'd rather just him target it, but we still need I still have to take something. Like I was hoping to draw something then to deal with the TIE bomber. If we look at the list here, it doesn't have any rivals at all. So it doesn't really have a clean way to deal with it, other than probably Devastator and Super Laser. Alright, so let's deploy Palp. We'll take the Fire Spray and then see if he deploys out to kill it. We do have a No Glory if he plays a Ruthless Raider. We can play this Night Sister for 1. We want card draw here. Interesting. What is that card? Piercing Shot. Okay. Alright, I think I just played the Warrior out here for 1, and let's see what he does. Alright, so here comes Boba. He's going to do 4 and then 3 indirect. Alright, so we drew a card there. Okay. Alright, I think I killed the other bomber here. Just to save a little bit of damage. Okay, he's not in the green aspect, so we should be able to save from... Alright, we should be safe from Overwhelming Barrage, but not safe from Force Choke. Okay, well, we'll play the Pershing down. That's going to soak some damage. We'll have the Walker. Yeah, I wish that was a Devastator, not a... But if he plays another unit here... Alright, let's take what we can on Pershing. We'll play Owen for free while we can. Alright, see you, Aaron. I will catch you later. Good luck, and just, message me later if you want to run tomorrow, if you want to run some best of 3s. Okay. I wish I'd played the Walker now. We're going to have to play it down and start some healing. Alright, we'll draw. And then do we ping? Let's ping as well. We're trying to get some... we'll get rid of the Inferno. We're trying to get a way to deal with this. So the Timely Avenger is a clean way to deal with it. So let's do that. Timely Avenger Ambush. That will give him some issues. We've got a couple of restore from the Owen here, and we've got a big Avenger. Now, all right, we just claim on this one, right? Well, he's still got 3 resources. No, let's restore. Even if he hits with that, we can take a lot of it on the Walker. Okay. All right, we'll take the Snoke. All right, so we'll just run in with the Avenger. That will take out the Pride. And I think we've got this one now. All right, so another No Good To Me Dead. All right, let's just play the Brute out for now. Just to see what he plays. He could play a gorilla soldier here. No, he doesn't. Okay, let's just Snoke out for now. And let's draw a card as well while we're here. And restore 2. We have a Timely Devastator, which is a pretty sick play. Alright. Yeah, Gorilla Soldier. I knew it wasn't too far away. I might as well take that on the Avenger. Alright, our life total is heading in the right direction. His life total is heading in the wrong direction. Alright, so we'll play the Vader out. Alright, we'll take a Krennic. If this deck is the one that has the most number of wins, it will give me an opportunity to play a card I got at Galactics, which is a set 1 Vader that you got for making day 3 as well. Which don't often get to play the set 1 Vader anymore. Alright, there we go. So we go to 2-0. And if you're interested in what that set 1 Vader looks like, there is a video that I created with all of the day 3 winnings, Galactic Prize Haul. Alright, so this is pretty good. We've got double Pershing. Alright, so we'll go Pershing, Krennic, Takedown. Looks like we're against the same opponent here. The trick with this deck is going to be, if I bring this to Penrith, I hope I dodge you all day, is what Liam. Why? You don't, you must be running mid-range if that was the case. Alright, so let's claim. We can draw with Pershing, try and get... I'll try and get something. Oh, no, he didn't want to play us. Alright, so Nasoki Yellow. I don't expect we'll see this, but this will be a good test because this will be keyed on the coordinate and will be quite aggressive. Alright, so let's keep that. So we want Owen, resupply. I mean, Vader. Hopefully we get a, what do you call it? All right, jam communications. All right. All right, we'll resource the Vader, I think. All right, I think I'm going to pop that because I want to get something like a Night Sister. So I didn't draw off... Fortunately, I didn't draw off Owen, but I drew off our Night Sister anyway. I like the power, so maybe lose the vigilance here because I can hit in, yeah. Well, that didn't work too well because I really wanted to trigger that off then. All right, where's our ramp? He actually, unfortunately, got rid of our ramp is the problem. There's some ramp. All right, so I can no glory to get that back. That's one option. Why is that stuck at 3? It's only for that phase, right? Oh, no, from the BD1. Okay. So if a resupply takes it to 6... Yeah, so let's resupply. We'll play the Night Sister Warrior. We're going to take a lot of damage this round. But it's kind of unavoidable. Hopefully we'll get a Vader or something like that here. Yeah, look at that. 8. Alright, so we can... What can we do? We can maul Ahsoka. We'll take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're nearly dead. I think that's our only option. We're going to try and get a super laser blast here. Not super laser blast, but a Vader. Yeah, and this is the problem playing this deck, is you come up against like a weenie deck like this, and you just get blown out completely. Yeah, so I don't even have... I don't think I've got anything in here that can sort of help. Yeah. You dodge these decks. You have to dodge the dodge the aggro decks when you're playing the Palp Blue there. I think I've settled on Raid Artivolt. Yeah, Raid Artivolt's a good choice. I was in my sort of testing group of things last PQ, the 4 decks I was picking from, and that's why it's not in this lineup, because I wanted to pick 4 different leaders. So I picked Palp, Han 1, Han 2, and Bosk, all paired with blue. Alright, so let's claim Rey's struggling with all the blue-green villainy. Correct. Yeah, that is correct. It is struggling. Alright, we'll draw. Okay, tech is good. Especially if he doesn't have a Force Lightning. So if he plays something else here, I'll drop the tech straight away. Do I play the Night Sister? No, let's see what he's got. If he's got it, he's got it. Alright, we'll claim. Alright, so we're going to hit into there. That'll take us to 5. We don't need the Chronic here. Alright, we'll take down the Inquisitor. Yeah, Rey is struggling. I think the top sector one with Rey was... What was it? It played Luminous... It was an interesting list. It played Luminous Beings in it. I thought, yeah, and a couple of Timely Reinforcements. It was Pasquale that played it. Alright, let's play Night Sister Warrior, and we can ping one of these and then double draw. Yeah, so I'm quite happy to do that trade, resupply, and clear the board next turn. Alright, we'll take some damage. We'll take 10. But we will have a Super Laser Blast to reset here. And this is the problem these mid-range decks have into sort of the Palpatines. So resupply next turn. Probably don't need the Owen. Okay. It was all or nothing for him, I think, when he played that Saber. That's one thing you can do against Palp Yellows. You can kind of have your leader and you can really Saber up and make your leader very strong. That's what I used to do when I was playing Yoda Red against Palp Yellows. But you can't do it against Blue, unfortunately. Alright, so let's keep. What's better, Vader or Vigilance here? I think Vigilance. The longer we can stay in the game, the better for us. Alright, so we're playing against CAD, so we want to pass to start with. If it's the double drop one, then yes, we are going to lose our first play here, but that's unavoidable. So let's claim. Interesting. So he did that rather than Tarkin Town it, so it's going to allow me to double draw here. So I'm going to ping the Night Saber and then hit the Greedo. And then get a double draw from that. He'll attack with the Stormtrooper. I can play the Owen. And I can, if he's not careful, I can do it again. If he doesn't kill it, I'll just do the same again, which is a problem that these 1 health units and that do. So he really should Tarkin Town this now. There we go. Okay, I am going to... So I think I just power here. I go power, no glory, vigilance, unless I hit into some ramp. He could get a card draw here if he plays a Forlom. No, he does play a Bounty Hunter though. Guavian, he goes quite white. Resupply is really good for us here. But do I do the Greedo with the no glory? Or do I resupply? Because next time we're 6. No, I think I resupply. And then next turn I can play Vader out and try and take a bit of control back from the board. It's a shame I didn't get like a 1 drop that turn because it kind of forces him to play into it. Alright, we're going to have to kill that Bosk. He's going to draw a card though. This Miss Hunter is doing a lot of work for him at the moment. Resupply. I have nothing to pair with it, so it's going to have to be Vader. Alright, at least that's going to turn off his ping. But he's got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 11. So he's going to 28. Plus CAD, 32. I'm going to need a Super Laser Blast here or it's game over. What do we draw? We had a couple of decent draws, but it is tough. It is a more aggro than the even traditional CAD. The 2, 3 ones at the start sort of represent 6 damage. I'm not sure what's taken him so long in this one. He should just attack all base. He's got 8 on board plus CAD takes me to 32. I have to hit a Super Laser Blast for to win. He could put a blaster on. Yeah. So if he has another blaster or a surprise strike, then it's game. So it looks like we've got done by 2 like weenie decks. This is not a good deck into weenie. Yeah, he had double hot shot, so I don't know why it took so long for that. And here is another issue here. Sabine ECL. This one is probably going to be in a similar spot to that last one. All right, so let's keep this one. Let's try and get Palp out as soon as we can. All right, claim. Get rid of the Avenger. And the issue we have at the moment is that we are really playing matchup roulette. We have had 3 mid-range and 2 aggro, and this is the 3rd aggro. Yeah, you played more aggro in these last 3 games than I played all day. Exactly. That's what it feels like at the moment. There's a lot of aggro and a Chewbacca. So we kind of need now our No Glory is our answer for that. I'll keep the timely. It takes us to 5. We're going to have Sabine come out here as well. Power's no good. We'll have to take down that masterpiece. But yes, it is not looking good here. We have to draw some kind of ramp here. And no ramp. So guess we go timely. Or do I go Night Sister and just ping it? I'm assuming he's got Darksaber. Yeah. We need some ramp. 3 reinforcement walkers. Yeah, that is game. Couldn't even get to 8 resources here. Like, we can kill... There's our ramp just there, unfortunately. We can kill both of those, but we can't kill the Chewbacca, so... Alright, 3-3. Here we go. We got a mid-range this one, so we're in with the chance on this. And that really sums up how I feel about the meta at the moment, is that... Oops, I shouldn't have mulliganed. What am I doing? Is that it is matchup roulette when you're playing these kind of decks. I think if you're playing a Han 1 or a Han 2 in that, it's got less feel bad like matchups in the sense that where you feel like you don't have a chance. All right, let's go with that. We can go Chronic, Resupply, No Glory. Hopefully it gives us a nice Yoda or something like that to steal. If not, we're just going to double ramp all our way up here. All right, we can ramp as well. Let's just take the thing off there because we can ping it if we need to. On a different night, you'll probably take this deck 10-0. Exactly. All right, so resupply will take us to 6. I don't think we need vigilance. Let's resupply up again. I don't want to ping this Lothwolf and give him a... Well, maybe I should have. Alright, we'll claim. Would have been good to still have that vigilance here. But yeah, I should have thought about Blue Leader coming in. Okay, so a Maul seems decent. We need some card draw though. We are only at 2 cards in hand at the moment. Right, he's obviously got an answer for Maul, otherwise he would have ran the Blue Leader in there. resupply carrier. Okay, well, if you're going to flip Yoda, you're going to flip it wild. No, he doesn't. All right, we do have timely Vader here, so I'm just going to deploy and steal his blue leader. He has no force, and if we don't kill a unit, he's not going to be able to set up to kill one of these. He's just going to have to flip blind. So his deck does very well into mid-range. Yeah, so he just flipped blind then. Alright, so let's hit base. He'll run into Maul. No, he'll use Luke. So what have we got? We've got a timely for Vader, which means we can kill the Luke. So let's do that. It puts Yoda on 4 health remaining, so Palp can kill it. We'll pass. Got a lot of damage presenting on the ground. We can claim. Another timely. I'm going to keep it in hand because if I can get to 11, I can timely the Devastator. Alright, so rivals on the Palpatine. Alright, so I think we just know glory here. The carrier probably should have done it before I attacked. Alright, we'll claim. So we can... What have we got? So we've got Palp's return. So we can bring Maul back, or we can Devastator that. I think I just Devastator that. He's going to need removal for space and ground then. And we've got the Palp's return for a Devastator next turn anyway, if he gets rid of it. I could have claimed, but let's see what he has here. Can put the timely away now, because he's going to have to get rid of that and heal. Yeah. All right, we moved to 4-3, and that's how I feel a little bit about sectors and that, with Mike's running that as well. If you get the right matchups, it really helps. You need a little bit of luck in your matchups there too. The yellow is a little bit better than the blue in terms of hitting the aggro one, so that part is good. All right, let's keep. I'm going to try and draw more removal because I'm going to go Krennic with Owen and then Tech Ping. Hey, you're back. Yeah, we've had some aggro matchups up, and we've got another one, Aaron. We're had a bit of a fight on our hands here. Do we need... Probably keep the vigilance. I want to try and get through to 8. We know this deck doesn't have Rivals Falls, so we have to be... Alright, so he sparks. Alright, let's just hit base. So he sparked and got rid of our tech, so that was quite a good spark. Don't copy you. Yeah. Yeah, we've hit a lot of aggro. We hit Sabine. We hit an Ahsoka. Alright, do I do... I think I ping the Lars. We got unlucky. We didn't hit anything there. Alright, let's pass. Okay, Vader. We've got nothing to ambush into. Yeah, that hitting that spark, the tech, really hurt us this game. Yeah, it was low to the ground. Yeah, it was like the CAD. Like there's a lot of small units. That's what else beat us, was a CAD, all the one drop ones. Okay, jam communications. All right. Well, it bays for 2. We'll probably sack Krennic just to get some card draw. He'll deploy Kazuda, but we need a resupply tech, just something. All right, Crumb. Well, I guess we'll heal 1. All right, we claim we can hopefully get a takedown or something would be really good. Because if we can take the hauler before he activates it. We don't get it. All right, resupply is good. Nothing to play for 2 turns. Yeah, I mean, he hit my hand with a spark and a jam. All right, but we've got a resupply. We've got an Owen here, so we're going to be able to like heal at least a little bit. And our vigilance is actually going to be able to kill this leader. So we had to defeat and heal. All right, so let's defeat. He'll fire from base. We're going to attack with Owen. It'll take us to 13. Then we'll sack Owen to kill something and to damage something, and then let's take that. We'll claim because we can blast here next as well. All right, so we'll walk in the tightrope, and that's what you do on these control matchups. You do walk the tightrope. So we're going to blast here. Walker or something would have been really good. I could have stolen it, but you had 3 other units on board, so I think it was safe to blast it and then, yeah, play the hauler out. Like, yeah, that's what you mean by stealing it, playing it out like that. All right, so let's claim. All right, so I think I Snoke here. I think I Snoke. The problem is this hauler. I want to steal something with, heroic sacrifice. Oh, we have to kill it. All right, so let's sacrifice our hauler. He probably should have Tarkin Towned it. And then we can bring Palp out and take the Cassian. All right, we'll claim a Devastator would be great here. But we'll take a Vigilance. This Snoke really doing work for us. Do they get to play it or you? Oh, what happens if you no glory the hauler? Yeah, I think they get it. Well, it ends up in their discard, but yeah, I think they get to play it. Now we've got a takedown loaded here for if you play something in. Well, we can play the hauler out. What do you play? Trench Run. Alright, so we take down the Falcon. We can then kill the Turncoat by sacking the Cassian here too. So we attack with the Cassian, sack the Cassian to kill the Turncoat, and then hit with Snoke. And we're pretty close now. And for those just joining, so what I'm doing, I have a planetary qualifier this Sunday, the last one that's in Australia. So I'm trying to decide what deck I'm going to play. So I've picked 4 new leaders, and I did this last time. And last time I picked Thrawn, which eventually won it. And Thrawn, Rey, Poe, and there was another leader as well. And Yoda. They're the 4 I picked. Now I play 10 games. Whichever one wins the most, that's the one I play. So at the moment, I'm starting with Palp. It'll be Han tomorrow night, then Han 2, and then Bosk after that. And it worked last time. It worked. That's mulligan. We need some draw. Can I give you a 60 in the dark and you play it? What do you mean 60 in the dark? You're gonna give me a deck and I'll play it. Alright, so I think we go Pershing. We've got power and resupply. Victory, take that aggro. Yeah, it's good to beat a Kasuda. But we were walking the tightrope there. Alright, so we claim, I think we power here. We'll keep the Anakin off the Force. Because he's going to be able to trade up anyway into that Pershing. Anakin Force got top 2 at the sectors. What do you think about that? Maybe Carl could try it. Yeah, I mean, I liked it, but the problem is that it folds to like Palp Yellow and that, which was what you saw. And that's why this meta is a lot of matchup roulette. The Palp Blue, the Anakin, he probably needed a board clear in like a Nebula Ignition or something, because against Palp, you need to reset the board. And there's no way for those blue-reds a lot of the times to reset it. Alright, so we can resupply again. And then go Night Sister. So we go resupply. We can play Night Sister. And then, yeah, we're in Palp territory already. Hey Salush, how you going? I'm just playing a couple of decks to work out what I'm going to play in the PQ. So far, this one is 5-3. So this one does not look like a winner. All right, let's put a couple of damage on Merrin. All right, Super Laser Blast is really good here. All right, I don't think power's that great here. All right, I think I can maul Kiadi, potentially steal Merrin. I could blast the board, but it's only 8 damage. So let's go over the top there. If you had to kill it with Merrin, but he's going to lose a card to do that. Is it here, or can you regain control with your maul flip? Yeah, the problem is if I flip Palp, you can do 4 with Artie. Then I've stolen Merrin. I think we're okay with that. Like, I'm going to try and clear his board out a bit here. All right, let's play the crumb down. We force lightnings it. Okay. All right, we'll kill the Owen. Oh, he brings Anakin out. Okay. So if I think I kill Artie here, he'll probably play a Luke, and then I can just blast the board here. If he doesn't play a Luke, I can take down Anakin and play a Pershing. I'll play it. All right, I think I just claim here. So again, the power is probably no good. I think I draw to start with. He'll kill Pershing. These sages, I would have liked to have drawn a Snoke there. All right, let's hit him with Vader. Now, I think we kill Owen because if we hit the Sage, he's just going to play Luke out. I want him to run in. Yep, Anakin comes out. All right, I think I sack the Vader now to take a shield off that Sage. Start the mill train. It's getting close to that. We go Vader again in, or do we just blast all 3 here? Because I can go blast and then into tech. Let's do that. We've got a power. If he plays a Crate Dragon or something here, the power's really good. Alright, let's just play attack here. I don't want to lose my power if I can avoid it there. Okay, now I've got the fell. That's what I was after. I needed something to deal with Crate Dragon. Alright, let's Vader in. Not having great luck with these, the Vaders. Like, Pershing's alright, but it's not that good. I'll hit base for 2 here. I would like my Avengers and that here. Alright, with power. It makes him make a decision between Artie, yeah. Alright, we need Vaders is what we need here as well. The timely, when I mean the new Vader, the LOF one. Alright, let's heal 5, discard 6. Let's put him on a bit of a clock here. Alright, we can Palp's Return again. Bring back the Vader. It's a miss. Probably better off bringing back Maul in that situation. We'll drop Owen. Vader's a good draw there. Alright, we can heal a mill too as well. So Aaron's saying start the mill train. Okay, so we can heal and mill, or we can Vader, but it doesn't kill Chirrut. I think we just heal and mill here. I think you've pulled all your low drops. Yeah, I think so too. Like, I was hoping to get like a Pershing and a Crumb or something like that. Alright, let's bring in the Vader and clear some units out. Because he used the Force with Mace, so that allowed me to ambush Vader in there. Alright, we'll claim he didn't have enough to kill Vader, but he was able to hit up with Anakin. But the problem is that he's got now is that he's only got 2 cards left. Alright, we'll just pass. I'll power out the Merrin. That's what I'm saying about this deck. It kind of like just feasts on these kind of mid-range type decks. I'm going to clear both of these with Vader. But you come against those aggro decks and there's just like a loss. Now the Palp Yellow is a bit better, but not much better. Yeah. Alright, I think he's dead now. We'll take Snoke. There we go. Alright, so we move 6-3. That means we have one game left. Let's see if it's an aggro or a mid-range. Well, here we go. Quinlan Tarkentown. Would have been a super difficult match last set. This, now that force throw is banned, is it still going to be hard? Or, you know, I mean, Palp never really had an issue with hanging on the cards. So if this is a weenie type of deck, then yes, we might have an issue here. All right, let's draw with Pershing. Inferno's a good drop. He's going to probably get rid of Pershing, so we might as well take as much damage as we can on Pershing there. All right, Night Sister seems good. I'll put that on bottom. Surely you can take this. We'll see. Do I ping to get rid of one of these, to put some damage on? I think so. I'll put that on top, that on bottom. We do need some card draw. Not card draw, we do need resources. Yeah. We do need some way to ramp up, is what we're looking for. We'll draw. We'll play that Night Sister Warrior out here. This deck doesn't play Barrage, I don't think. No, it doesn't. So when you get these decks, if you're playing against this type of deck, just go white. Alright, so let's play the Crumb. That's good for us because he has to deal with it. Otherwise, yeah, he's gonna nuke it. Otherwise, we'll be able to just return it to hand. Yeah. So there goes his Tarkentown. Alright, we'll play the tech. We'll ping it, kill something, play the Night Sister Warrior, and we're just another step forward to getting Palp out here. Alright, Night Sister Warrior. He's removing all our stuff so we don't draw. Let's see, what's he got? Has he got a Plo Koon? No, and Ahsoka. You probably have the power because... Oh, I do have a Timely. So play Vader this turn. We can Timely next turn. But we get something good out of Vader here. Alright, so let's... I don't think we need any more ramps. So it's probably just that Brute. Now he stayed at 5 resources, which means he has a very low curved hand here. Alright, we'll wait for him to... Not having force throw really hurts. Like, this deck used to be so good with like the Ahsokas, the Sparks, and then force throw over the top. He's spending a lot of time removing our units. Like, I'm fine if he wants to trade in and just... Like, he's going to be able to kill that, kill Vader. But, like, what's he got left now? Maybe a Falcon? But I am at flip turn. Okay, well, you can have a takedown. All right, so we bring Beta in on the timely. Shield, trigger. All right, that takes care of those two. We can run the Brute into the red 5, but we can't because it's going to die. All right, let's see what he plays. To see whether it's worth dropping Palpatine out here. All right, let's claim. Okay, so let's get the Walker. We'll discard. So we'll start with a heal. We'll hit base for 5. We'll try and steal one of these. Palpatine's return. Okay. All right, we'll steal the red 5. If Cassian comes in ready, we'll have to... Got me on that one. Do we sack the Walker to kill the Andor here? I think so. We kind of need some way of getting some heals going here, like a Devastator in space would be perfect. All right, surprise strike. That Avenger would have been good on a timely. But if he attacks here, we basically have to claim. And yeah, this deck having no barrages. All right, well... can at least defeat and heal here. Palp Walker, yeah. Palp's return a Walker, yeah, that's right. Yeah, hot shot. All right, we have to kill this Falcon. We have to kill this L3 at the same time too. So the Walker will get us down to 28. So he's going to bamboozle. All right, so... I guess we attack this. Sack the Walker. All right, we've got another Vigilance. That's good. All right, we'll claim. We're going to hit this Artie to start with. We have got a timely Devastator as well. Okay, so I think I have to defeat heal. Rather rather than Devastator, that one. All right, so okay. Huge draw. All right, let's claim. All right, we'll get rid of the Palp's Return now. So I think we just Devastator. We'll block the space lane. And now he has to go on the ground here. And we have got to restore 2 from Owen. Yeah, so we block the space lane. Unless he can bounce the Devastator. All right, so let's claim. So we can no glory. Let's leave it at that. No glory the Cassian. We want to hit his base for 10 so that he has to claim. But we can't let him come in on the ground with anything that could do hot shot or whatever. Man, this is a big day. Playing this at a PQ would be a big, big day. All right, so I guess we have to no glory that then. Surely he's starting to run out of options. A Plo Koon. All right, we'll take them all. And then we'll claim. And I think we have to just Devastate it again. So we get an Avenger, but it doesn't sentinel up the space lane. Surely he doesn't have any more Cassians. All right, we'll claim. Man, he has had so many Cassians. Do we have to blast here? Is the question. I think we have to blast. It takes us to 34. And then all he needs is something. So 1, 2, 3. No more Cassians. Big choice playing control. Yeah. All right, we can maul this one. All right, so we claim. All right, so I think I Avenger the red 5. Still leaves us 6 for vigilance. All right, so I'll give him fell. We don't want our guy tapped. Let's see if he's got anything else. We've got a vigilance here, so let's heal. And then make him discard 6. I can put the Chronic away. All right, we have to hit with Avenger here. We've got 3 cards left. He bamboozles. All right, I should have played the Pershing. I have to hit here, and I have to stay above. I can't get him down to 32 because I'm going to take 3 damage here, a fatigue. Not resourcing or 1 turn saved your. Okay. All right, he's telling us how he should have won, I think. All right, so we just claim here and we should win. All right. There we go. So we finished on the tightrope. So 7-3. I don't think that's going to be good enough to nudge out the other decks that we play this week. But we'll see how we go. So the other decks that I will be playing, let's have a look. This one's here. So we've got Palp, Han 1, Han 2, and Palp Blue. The life story of they made a bad choice and lost. Yeah. Well, at least it's a learning experience when you lose. Wonder if he runs down raid. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. But yeah, they're the 4 decks. So that will do it tonight. And I'll be back tomorrow night. And we'll be playing Han 1. See how that goes. See if we can beat 7-3. Should be able to beat that. That's not a great score, really. We got ran over by some aggro. If you haven't liked the video, give it a like. And thanks for tuning in. And I will catch everyone later for some Han 1 tomorrow, Han 2 the night after, and then finally some Bosk